it's Mo, and I'm here with Neely, Project Coordinator of the Creative Learning Alliance. And if you didn't know about the Creative Learning Alliance, well, good news. You're going to find out everything that you need to know today. So just as we get started, like we do always, thanks for being here. And then would you tell us a little bit about the Creative Learning Alliance?
You bet. So the Creative Learning Alliance is currently a lab space in downtown Joplin. We're right at 905 Joplin, and we have a lab full of science, technology, engineering, arts, and math. We've all heard that STEAM concept, and that's what we have here. We work on engaging children and families of all ages in hands-on learning, hands-on play. We like to see curiosity, we like to see play, we like to see fun.
Well, I got to see a little fun and play this morning, and you're not messing around. And even the instructors today, they were having so much fun, and you can just feel the joy. So it's really exciting. So, okay, who would you say is your target demographic? You said really just anyone. What started this concept, and what was your mission? Why did you want this to be here in Joplin?
Yeah, let me first agree with you that we have the most amazing educators. Yes. We're very lucky to have them. But I will tell you that this idea has been around longer than I've been with the Creative Learning Alliance. Back in the late teens, there was a group of folks, the Joplin 2020 group, and they were sort of identifying the things that were missing in our area. And one of the things that just kept coming up over and over again was a science center for children, like a museum type atmosphere, somewhere that kids could learn in a hands-on way. And so at that time, the board was formed, they got started. Unfortunately, we were interrupted, as everyone was in the middle with COVID, but we are back, we are full force. They've brought me on board. I'm very excited because we get to learn and play with the kids of the region.
Yeah, and also what I think is so cool about some of these concepts is these have been traditionally looked at as areas of study that are scary to some kids or really intimidating, or maybe even just geared toward boys sometimes, or there's all kinds of things around learning that can be a little tricky or tough. And what I feel like you guys have done here is eliminated all of those things entirely and just made it about how can we get these concepts to be easily accessible and also exciting to want to know about.
Absolutely, because the job of childhood is play, right? But it doesn't have to feel like a job. Play is supposed to be fun. That's how kids learn. They touch, they do. There's nothing out here that the kids can hurt, and if they do hurt, we can fix it. It's not a big deal. So they can touch, they can put their hands on, they can learn, and they're learning those very real concepts that maybe a third or fourth grader can't read in a textbook quite yet. So we're bringing it real world, and they can ask questions and learn more about the world around them.
Yes, and what's really fun, I was watching someone earlier who was playing with something that was a little wonky, and she was adding blocks to it, and one of your instructors said, hey, yeah, that's counterbalance. Do you know what counterbalance is? And she said, no, and then she explained counterbalance. That's kind of a big word for a little kid, but I'm telling you, she got it.
Yes.
Do you know what I mean? And that's, so not only just with the word itself, but then also the principle, which is
if you were just explaining the concept without the example, that kiddo might not understand. That is a big word, you're right. But if you've got the example right there in front of you and they're doing it,
it's locked
in there.
And you could tell. It was cool to watch. So that's really exciting. So where are you guys going now? So you have this space here, but you already have plans for something bigger. What's next?
We do. So we have already outgrown the space, which is a good problem to have, right? But this was always meant to be a temporary lab. Again, we're located on the 900 block of Main Street in Joplin. We are negotiating closing on a building now so that we can have a fully realized science center again for the region, and it really will serve the whole region. We'll have open hours like any children's science center will, but we'll also have field trips, and we'll have camps, we'll have all of those things. So all of that amenity that one might find in a big city will be right here in the Joplin area, and I'm really excited for that.
Yeah, that's going to be so much fun. And I know parents right now, they think they've got to drive somewhere really far away or plan a day, and with kids, my gosh, you got snacks and, there's a lot to organize. But right here in Joplin, something like this that honestly, I've just never seen anything quite like what you guys do, which is really exciting. So you talked about your open hours. I do know that you guys have opportunities right now, though, once a month. Do we want to let them know about that?
Absolutely, we do. So what you'll want to do is follow us across social media at Creative Learning Alliance to get more information. But our next upcoming lab is in July, which is just around the corner. Oh my gosh.
I know.
But so each month we have a themed lab, and we explore sort of a deeper dive into certain elements and certain structures and certain concepts. And so in July we're going to do explosions. Now don't.
Oh, that's cool.
Now don't worry, we're not going to.
I got excited.
The explosions will be controlled. They'll be small, but you know, if you think of things like bubbles, if you think of things like elephant toothpaste, these are explosions at their very core element, and we can bring that concept to kids. And again, they're learning in a fun way. They're able to do the concepts. They have a craft they can take home. What kid doesn't love to take a craft home, right? And so that's what's coming up in July. We do have the monthly themed labs. We don't have open hours quite yet, but we will eventually. You know, this project really grew much more quickly, I think, than we all thought it was going to.
As good ideas usually do.
As good ideas usually do. And once the public has learned about us and continues to learn about us, it just keeps growing. So very excited.
Imagine. Oh man, it really is such a good time. And then you'll probably need new instructors at some point too, right?
We will, we will eventually have what we're going to call a Genius Board, which is going to be professionals in their areas.
That's cool.
Yeah, because for example, in the month of August, hopefully NASA will be able to launch Artemis 1, which is our re-entry onto the lunar surface. And we are a certified virtual launch site here at the Creative Learning Alliance.
Oh my gosh.
So we'll be having, so we'll be having a big launch party whenever we get that final date. And we'll need educators that have space knowledge, that know about those concepts, that can, again, bring it down to a level where kids can learn it and understand it.
Oh man, that's so cool. So speaking of the instructors and the scientific approach, can you explain that? Should we talk to somebody? What do you think?
I've got someone that's much better to explain those concepts than me, and I will go get them.
Okay, perfect. I'm here with Lori Good, but she wants to explain her backstory. I was like, how would you like me to introduce you? Want me to call you instructor? And she was like, okay, let me explain it. So I'm gonna let you explain it.
Okay, my name is Lori Good, and along with my building partner, Kara Arntz, we're the ones that build the exhibits. And to be completely honest, our husbands actually do the wooden supports because they're much better at woodworking than we are. But I'm an exhibit builder, and I just enjoy sharing those exhibits with children.
Yeah, and you're so much fun with the kids. I was actually just sharing a little bit earlier about how I was listening to how you talk with them, and first of all, you're having just as much fun, if not more fun than them.
More fun, more fun.
Yeah, well, it's good because you encourage them to go ahead and have fun, and I think sometimes kids and adults are looking for permission to have fun. Would you agree with that?
Oh, I'm all about critical thinking. I'm all about independent thinking. I'm about exploration. I love failure. I know that sounds crazy.
No, I don't think it's crazy. I think it's great.
When you fail, then you see what you do wrong, and that's the steps I try to take the kids through. It's the creative problem-solving process. They fail. What went wrong? What can we do to fix it? And then they fix it, and the joy that they have when they accomplish, activities themselves and tasks themselves. It's so much fun. That's what I love.
And learn, it's just so fun too. I just, first off, I love what you say about failing. I literally say to myself, I love to fail all the time, even though sometimes I don't feel like I love to fail. But just reminding myself that really is a part of the process. And I'll never get where I want to go if I'm afraid to make a mistake.
Right.
Because you will. And then what's really fun is, when you've made that mistake, then later, if one of those kids are teaching another kid, they can say, actually, which is fun.
Failure is an option. Okay.
It is. It's probably inevitable. You know what I mean?
But it's a good thing here, because this is the environment.
Yeah.
Then you get to redo and redo and redo until you feel success.
Which is so cool. And it's just fun so when you're conceptualizing these things, so this is something that I wanted to talk to you about.
Yes.
These concepts are proven, and what you're coming up with, while it is for fun, there is a method behind it and an outcome that you're searching for. So can you explain a little bit about that process?
Actually, on every single exhibit that we have, you'll find the name of the exhibit, then you'll see the science behind. And it's a pared down explanation right now, but we hope as we build and we grow that we can create QR codes that will take you even deeper for the kids that are interested. But, when you're explaining Bernoulli's principle and you're trying to explain it to a 5-year-old, you have to kind of pare it down.
Yeah.
So that's what we're doing. But the ideas for a lot of the exhibits are just things that Kara Arntz or myself have seen at a science center. We thought, that's cool, we can build that.
Yeah.
Kara travels science centers constantly.
Yeah.
So she's always coming back with these wonderful new ideas for things for us to do. And some of the things that we have planned for the future, should I sneak peek that?
Yeah, I think you should.
Okay, we want to do a huge, like what they used to call the old light rights.
Oh my gosh, that's exciting.
We're hoping to do that. We
Okay.
also want to do a scarf shooter that goes over the top of the whole building and comes down.
Oh,
So
wow,
we're not
yeah.
stopping with these. We constantly want to make new things. So if you've been here before, come back and change things out.
Yeah.
And do new things.
That's so exciting.
The kids can always, keep going. And we're hoping someday, of course, for a bigger building, so then we can start laying everything out.
Yeah.
But we are still building and creating
All the
because
time.
we want you guys. Come play.
And what's so fun too is, your kid is going to come here and they are going to have a really good time, but they will undoubtedly learn something. And even
Absolutely.
if it's just you with them and you're reading some of these and you're coming along and you're trying to figure it out, what's so great about this place is there are instructors here who are like, okay, this is going to be really fun.
It
I
is.
watched you do that and I was like, okay, that is very exciting to see because
It is very
that
fun.
gets kids feeling very comfortable to be like, I'm kind of scared, and then they're not.
Sometimes I tell kids, although I love all teachers, was a teacher, but sometimes, when kids think of science, they think of science class.
Yes.
And
different
science is just a different experience and outside
Yeah.
of what you would do in the normal classroom. We really want to partner with teachers too.
Yeah.
Wouldn't
Yeah.
that be fun to get classes in
I
here?
think so.
And we're trying to tie all this into Missouri objectives, so
Yeah.
we can partner up with schools, and I'm very excited about it.
Oh my gosh. Well, hey, thank you so much for visiting.
are
me.
welcome.
Is there,
Thank you for having
anything, is there anything else you want us to know about your approach, about being an instructor, future plans?
Every time we have an activity, we have specific different things going on in our back room. So even if you've been here before and played with some of our exhibits, we have something new every single time back here. We've been concentrating on physics, so we're trying to branch out a little more and try some other things. So new exhibits coming all the time. Come see us, come play with us.
I wish you would have been my teacher. All right, can I come back and you just do adult classes for me?
Did Neely tell you?
She said the day nights, yeah.
Yeah, I'm still going to run around and talk to all the adults because
Oh,
they're
I'm
just as excited about kids.
I just love your energy. Like, this is exciting for me. Thank you so much for
You're welcome.
visiting with
Thank you
me.
for having me.
So
I
I better,
hope I didn't talk
oh
too
no,
fast.
this was,
Okay.
this is exactly my vibe. So
Okay.
this was great.
We're vibing.
We're vibing.
on
We're vibing.
science.
Oh, that's the hashtag, vibing on science.
Testify.
Testify. Well, thank you so much. I gotta get back to our
Okay.
interview with Neely.
Okay.
Well, gosh, I just learned a whole lot today, and I'm so excited this is here in Joplin. Thank you so much for visiting with me. Is there anything else we want to cover? Do we want to, again, share the address, phone number, all the socials, how they can find you, all the details?
Yeah, absolutely. So thank you again for coming.
Yeah.
It's always exciting to share what we are bringing to the region with the public and make sure that we get people coming in and playing with us. Again, you can find us in the 900 block of Main Street. We've got cookies next door. We've got coffee down the way.
It's a hookup.
It's a hookup. It sure is. So if you need a little caffeine while the kids are playing, you certainly can do that. And then across social media at Creative Learning Alliance, make sure that you're following us because we've got all kinds of stuff planned for July, all kinds of stuff planned for August, the rest of the year. I'm excited to bring people in, and I just want to make sure that people understand that kids are way smarter sometimes than we give them credit for, and we need to be bringing those science concepts and technology, those STEAM concepts, we need to bring that to our kids in a very real way. You can do that right here at the Creative Learning Alliance.
Thank you so much, Neely. And if this seems like something that you're interested in, which if you're a parent, I can't imagine why you wouldn't be, definitely give them a check out. And maybe one of the labs coming up. Make it on your schedule and plan it out. It's going to be a really good time.
Yeah, and for the adults, for the first time in July, I talked about the July lab, which will be for kids, but that same lab will have a grown-up night as well. So,
that's fun.
So if you want a date night with your sweetie or you want to get a group of friends to come, stay tuned for more information.
That's so fun.
Yes.
Oh, I love this. Okay, well, I definitely feel like I want to be a part of the explosions lab.
Who doesn't?
The bubble explosions. That's what got me. I was like, all right, I'm in.
Yes.
Well, thank you so much. We hope you guys will check it out. Thanks so much for watching our video, and we'll see you next time.
If you'd like a free video like this of your very own, reach out to me at Michelle@joplincc.com.